Hi guys, welcome to Techogenius Academy. We are de-industry-led training providers for those who wants to build their career in data science, analysis, IoT, device driver, embedded Linux and many more. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.
Hello everyone, this is Vidit Mathur and today we'll continue our session on Elasticsearch. In today's point of discussion, we'll cover Elasticsearch prerequisite, like what all prerequisites are there that has to be taken into consideration before installing Elasticsearch. After that, we'll install Elasticsearch and we'll discuss about the way of installation. Like we have different packages available. So what's the difference that these packages make? In the last, we'll talk about Elasticsearch configuration files and settings, how we can place this setting and change this setting as per our requirement, as per our need, as per our, you can say, overall architecture point of view. Apart from that, we'll also discuss few more settings which are more relevant to AWS or GC environment. Now, what do I mean by AWS or GC? These settings are helpful once you are installing Elasticsearch on AWS or GC. GC stands for Google Cloud Enterprise. So let's start with our session. My first thing is Elasticsearch prerequisites. There are not too many prerequisites that need to be taken into consideration, but there are a few which are quite important. My first prerequisite, or you can say essential part, is Elasticsearch should be installed with some different user ID apart from root. Elasticsearch never runs if you place it under root, and if you start its service with root, it will never allow you to run that service. Now, what does this root? If you are very much acquainted to root, then root is the user which is you can say which is the administrator user for that Elasticsearch for that particular server, and Elasticsearch doesn't allow your services to come up with root. That's the reason if you want to install or your Elasticsearch, then you have to make a particular create a user ID and then install ES with that user. So this is very important point that has to be taken into consideration. Elasticsearch should not be installed with root user. Elasticsearch services should not be like it will not get initiated if you run it with root user. So that's the first important thing that has to be taken into consideration. Apart from that, we have to install JVM before installing Elasticsearch. Now with JVM, one of the major confusion that always comes up is its home directory, like how you can place Java, how to configure Java home. So in this session I'll be covering that as well, like how you can make Java home for your particular server. So let's go ahead and proceed with it. Before moving to this one, there's some important link that has to be taken into consideration that will be very much useful for you guys. One is link for OpenJDK. So this link is at any point of time, if you log into this particular, if you open this particular link, it will show you way of installation of different OpenJDK on your server. This is for OpenJDK 9 and later, OpenJDK 8, OpenJDK 7. So all of these are available. Currently I'll be playing around with OpenJDK 8. I'll install it with this commands and I'll set Java home under it. Now, apart from that, this is one useful link. Apart from that, there are other useful links like ELK support metrics. Let's open this and let's see what it is actually. ELK support metrics basically give you entire support metrics in context to JVM, in context to operating system, Kubernetes distro, plugins, product compatibility, browser compatibility, what all browsers are compatible. So if you click on product and operating system, then all of this is mentioned over here. We'll be installing Elastic 7.8 on Ubuntu 16. So let's see if it's compatible or not. Ubuntu 16, that is compatible. This version is compatible. In this way, I'll also check its product and JVM, like what all OpenJDK and Oracle JDK 2 are primarily being used. So I will see what all JDKs are, you can say, compatible with ELK. So we are installing ELK 7.8. Let's see what all OpenJDK are compatible. So OpenJDK 1.8 is compatible with it, and these two are like, this one is OpenJDK 11. We'll install with OpenJDK 8 itself. Apart from that, product compatibility, what all cross products, like on this particular mapping, you can see what all cross products are being supported and compatible with each other. So this you can determine. So here we can see the main concern for us right now is product and JVM. We are okay with it. We'll be going ahead with installing 1.8. Okay, this is one thing. Download, where you can download Elasticsearch setup. So the link is elastic.co/download. For support metrics, it elastic.co/support/metrics. For downloading, elastic.co/download. So here itself, you can see different options for our Elasticsearch, Kibana, Beats, and all these are available over here. Whatever you want to download, you can download it over here. Next is ELK document links. Now, okay, I'm fine with it that, okay, I have all these downloads available, support metrics. If I want to read its document associated with it, where shall I go? Then you can go to elastic.co/guide/index.html. So it will show you entire documentation for all these services: Beats, Beat, relevant Beats, Beat, APM, matrices, uptime, enterprise search, overall cloud, everything, every documentation is covered in this particular URL. So these are my three, you can say, support metrics, setup, download, and documentation. These are my three very important links. If you are working on ELK, then every now and then these three links will be referred at any point of time. Okay. So now let's again go and move back to our prerequisite. The reason I showed you these links here is these three links because it will be helpful for me at any point of time. Like even with before prerequisite part, I want to see if the JVM that I want to install, is it compatible with it or not. So my JVM 1.8 is compatible. Right now we'll proceed with 1.8. If you want to try with 11, you can go ahead with that. Now let's, before beginning, as I my first statement was, create user ID in server and then further work on it. Okay, so let's create user ID on it. This is related to Linux command. I have written the two commands for it and I'll run it accordingly. So I copy this statement. I'm creating a user ID ELK. Okay, this ID is created. My next step is I'll give sudo access to this particular ID. Now my ID is created with sudo access on it. Let's see if I go to home folder. So my ELK ID is created over here. So let's switch to ELK, and now we will perform all our installation and everything. So I am moving to ELK folder itself under home. So if you look into the path, my path is home ELK. Okay, and my user ID is ELK itself. So now I am okay to proceed with further installation. Like whatever is there, my necessary permission is already available with ELK, and now I'll you can say further work on prerequisite and I'll install Elasticsearch with it. So my first is in step for OpenJDK installation is, these are installation steps. If you see over here, I'll follow these installation steps. You can refer, like with changing JRE, steps will be different. Just because I'm using OpenJDK 8, I'm directly referring to this particular installation mechanism. With 9 or later, you have to use it in this way. So it's clear cut. It's nothing, you can say, complex. whatever steps are there for JDK installation, you can simply refer that. I'm using 1.8, so I have mapped all my configuration settings, or you can say installation settings with according to this one. So this is my command sudo apt get install openjdk -jr8 -jre. Before that, let me update my apt get. So my apt get is updated, so like my repository is updated to it. I'll run my first installation step. This is my first step of installation. I'll say yes. Now, whatever troubleshooting and everything is there, I won't be skipping it from the recording. It will be recorded in this session itself. If I troubleshoot on certain things, if certain error comes up, I'll record that within this training session itself. I'm not sure why it's taking so much of time. It's done now. So now my Java is installed. How to verify Java? Simply run java -version and see if it's installed or not. So my Java is installed. OpenJDK version 1.8. But right now, if I run this echo Java home, here it's showing no value. That's because we are yet to set this Java home value. These are below steps are there, which is very much useful in setting Java home. First of all, you have to determine what is the Java home path. That's my first question, that okay, I want to install Java home, that's okay, but what exactly is Java home path? How we can find it out? So this is a command: read link space -f space dollar within small bracket which Java. So this will give me the path of Java, you can say Java home. Now this is my path. Okay, this is my Java and this is my entire path for it. Let's see next step. Now output, it's similar to this one. Once Java home path is confirmed, then add the same to etc environment. Now see, there are two ways. One is if I can directly write export Java underscore home is equal to, and I'll give this path. Now this path should not be taken entirely. It should be considered only till AMD 64. This JRE bin Java, it's not part of home Java home. Okay, so we have to only consider user lib, JVM, Java 8, OpenJDK, AMD 64. So now the moment I give it like this, and if I run enter, and then let's run echo, this is fine. But this will be only available for this particular session. The moment my session ends, this Java home will be gone. Its setting will be gone. How? Let me show you. I'll take a duplicate session for it. Now let me run sudo I. Now let's run echo. it's not available. Okay, so this means like we don't have to do it in this way. Like this one will work only for that session. Then what's the way of doing it? The way of doing it is add it in etc environment file itself. This will make this setting available for throughout the time for entire session, all my sessions. So I'll add it over here. This is my file. This is my path. I'll add it at the bottom of it. Okay, so here I'll write java underscore home is equal to double inverted comma. I'll copy my path till AMD64. Okay, so this is my AMD64. So I'll add this java home is equal to var lib jvm java -8 openjdk AMD64. I will save this path. Okay, so now I have this entry with me. Next command that you need to run is source it out. So, okay, what this command will ensure that this value is being sourced and populated. So now in your next sessions, like in your next session for this particular server, Java Home will be available for all your IDs, which is created in this particular server node. Source is fine. Now let me create a duplicate session because in this session it will not show. I will close my existing session and I'll open a new session. Okay, let's check with from here itself. This is available. Okay, it's coming with inverted comma that this should not be there properly. Okay, I think I just because I copied it from there, it is showcasing in this way. Let me try to simplify it. You see the difference? Like that was inverted comma just because I copied it from that PPT itself, it is showcasing it like this. Okay, now next is I again have to source. Okay, and from next session onward it will be available. Let's run. This is properly available. Okay, because there's no double inverted comma which was showing up when I copied it from there. So this path is fine. My JVM is configured. Let me verify it again. My JVM is configured and my Java home path is also configured. Now this is one way, like this particular command read link. This is one way of determining what is the you can say a Java path that we need to set. There is some other way as well, like that's a three-step process. See, first of all, like there are 2 points that I want to discuss. Usually, most Linux system source etc environment by default. Okay, but if support your particular environment doesn't source variables from etc environment, then you have to run this command slash dot bash rc and then source etc environment. So in this what will happen, it will be handled by the kernel itself of that particular server. Next is another way of Java home path, how you want to figure out, like suppose this command is not working for you, or if you want to just verify if it's properly showing or not, then you have to, that's a three-step process. Let's run it and let's show it to you what our output for it. So my first command is where is Java. Okay, now firstly let me switch to my elk user. Okay, I switch to elk user. My first command is where is Java. So it is giving me three paths: user bin Java, user share Java, user share main one. Okay, here I have to consider this one. This is my user bin Java is the one which I have to consider. So next command is ls-l user bin Java. Okay, This gives me etc alternate Java. Then next command is ls-l and this particular one. This gives me this entire value. So if you check and verify the value which was coming from this particular, like running this command, and this value from three-step process, both are same. This means whatever Java home I configured, that's perfectly fine. Okay, that's the correct one. So user lib JVM Java 8 OpenJDK 8 AMD 64. This JRE bin Java should be ignored because all of these are part of this Java 8 itself. So we only need to place Java home directory. So this is my home directory. That's the reason I'm placing it till here, and I'm ignoring these three value. Okay. So now my Java JVM installation is done, Java home is set. What's the next step? My next step is installation of Elasticsearch. So the 2 points that I need to handle, one was like it should not be like uh, ES should not with root ID. That is handled. We are using elk ID here. Okay. And second is JVM configuration. So both my steps are done now. So we are good enough to proceed with Elastic installation. That's all for today's session. We will continue further on Elastic Stack in upcoming videos. Please like, comment, share and follow Techo Genius for more videos and updates. Thanks everyone.